What is going on, guys? TalkNorwichCity here, back for another video, a reflection video from the weekend. Yes, we got completely and utterly battered by Chris Hughton's Brighton side on Saturday, losing 5-0, and the calls for Alex Neil out and the intensity of the negativity increased after what was a truly abysmal display and one that no one can defend. Alex Neil came out and spoke to the media, so did Russell Martin. Russell Martin was visibly upset. I actually took that video from Norwich and uploaded it on my Facebook and Twitter. In total, I think it got about 40,000 views just on my network, so I don't know how many on Norwich's, but there were a lot of Norwich fans. There were a few different responses, but there was about three main ones. There was Norwich fans saying, "I don't care what Russell Martin says. He should have been out of the door years ago because he's not good enough." There were some Norwich fans saying, "Fair play to Russell Martin, we need more players like him." And then there were some Nottingham Forest fans and other fans saying, "We wish we had players like Russell Martin because at least he's showing some kind of passion and some kind of real hurt after what was a really disappointing result." I guess my thoughts were fair play to Russell Martin. He does care. We know that. He's a top man, a brilliant professional. But is he good enough on the pitch? Right back, probably not. Centre back, he can just about get away with this league. There's a damning stat that says we've lost. Ivo Pinto hasn't played 3 league games this season. That was Birmingham away, Brighton away and Preston at home. Then 3 league games where he hasn't played, we've lost. We lost 5-0 at Brighton, 3-0 at Birmingham and 1-0 at Preston. So it shows that when Russell Martin shifted out to right back with no Pinto, we are a worse team. There's statistics that say that. But I suppose it doesn't matter if Russell Martin was playing or whoever was playing. On Saturday, we simply didn't try hard enough. We weren't good enough. The tactics were inept. The effort levels were low, and it all combined for what was a horror show. It really was a Halloween horror show. And I mean, there were a lot of fans wanting to do interviews after the game. Unfortunately, I wasn't recording. I wish I was. But you could see my genuine pain in my matchday experience. It was tough to watch. It really, really was tough to watch. The first half wasn't too bad. But I said that it was the same as the Preston game. The tempo was too low. We had no movement going forwards, and in a formation where you've got 4 forward players, you've got Murphy, Houlihan, Pritchard and Jerome against Brighton, you should really be creating chances, and we didn't because the tempo was too low, there was no movement whatsoever, and that combined for a lack of any creativity. As well as that, Michael McGovern had an absolute howler. It was one of them, things that happen maybe once every 4 seasons or something. It happened against Brighton, and it's tough to get back into the game from there. But the second half was inexcusable. There was a lack of effort. There was a complete defensive shambles. And it was just woeful. And I suppose the question is, where do we go from here? Now, we're still 4th in the table. We're 7 points off top, and I think we're 4 points behind Brighton. If you're like another fan and you're looking at Norwich fans going, what are they moaning about? And I can get that point if you don't watch Norwich City, but there is a feeling around Norwich City that it's not going to get better, it's only going to get worse. And I believe that. And you know me, I'm one of the most positive Norwich fans there is. I'm one of Alex Neil's biggest fans. I couldn't believe his first season in charge. I let him off last season because I didn't think the recruitment was correct and everything. But is this the beginning of the end for Alex Neil? Has he lost the dressing room? I think he might have done. It's obvious to all fans. You haven't got to be in with the club or have contacts that there are underlying issues in that dressing room. He has lost the players, and it's really, really frustrating because we looked like we're in this smooth run of form. We were, 7 wins in 10? No, was it 8 wins in 10 or something ridiculous? 6 wins in a row. And then it's just gone like that, and it's really, really gone downhill. The wins against Burton, Rotherham, Cardiff, you could see that things weren't quite right, but we were still picking up points. We were grinding out performances. Even at Fulham away, when we chucked away the 2-goal lead, you could kind of go, okay, we weren't too bad. It's unfortunate that we've given away the lead. But the last 3 games, Leeds away, Preston at home, Brighton away, have all been inexcusable in the way we've chucked them away. And it seems like, to me, Them players aren't playing for Alex Neil. Alex Neil is trying to make them do things that they don't want to do. He's obviously got favourites. Cameron Jerome, Russ Martin, Michael McGovern, people like that, and players that maybe should be getting in the team. Michael McGovern hasn't had the best couple of weeks, maybe should be dropped. And players like that, really. And it's just gone really downhill. And I've had a load of questions saying, would you sack Alex Neil? And I really don't want him to be sacked, but I can't see a way back from this. I suppose we all find out what happens on Saturday against Leeds. Leeds are in good form. We've already lost against them in the last couple of weeks. They won again at the weekend. I think they're up to a couple of points off the playoffs. If we don't show up against them, then for me, goodbye Alex Neil. Who do you bring in? I don't know. That's a question that we've got to look at when the time is here. Some people saying Paul Lambert. Would that work? I'm not so sure. But look, it's a sad state of affairs, and one that needs to be changed rapidly. What do we need to do? Well, Alex Neil needs to sit these players down and go, look, we're all in this together. Are you going to play for me? Aren't you? If it's aren't you, then if they don't want to play for him, then get Alex Neil out. But I mean, you have to. It's not just Alex Neil's fault. The players just didn't play football. They didn't try on Saturday. It doesn't take a good footballer to simply try and keep up with a team that aren't as good as you on paper. You know, just run about, put some tackles in. Anyone can do that. We didn't do that at the weekend. We didn't do it against Preston, and we didn't do it against Leeds. That's 3 weeks in a row. That's consistent failure. And when there's consistent failure, things have to change. This isn't a blip. This is consistent failure. 3 games in a row now where we haven't done well, and there is obvious flaws. Now, we also need to look at the board. Did they back Alex Neil correctly in the transfer window? No. Have they backed managers correctly in the past transfer windows? No. Have we spent all the money we could have done? Probably not. Will we spend money in January? I'm not sure. Has the recruitment been there? No. Has the scouting been there? No. Is the coaching there? Probably not. This isn't just Alex Neil's fault. This isn't just the players' fault. But Alex Neil and the players, unfortunately, are the people that have to take these blows and move forward. And if we're not going to be moving forwards, then things have to change. Is that Alex Neil out? I'm not sure. We'll see on Saturday. But all I'm saying is, if we see another performance like that from last Saturday, again on this Saturday, then it's game over for Alex Neil, and it's game over for a lot of them players in the dressing room, because it's inexcusable. The fans don't deserve it. No one deserves it. It was utterly dreadful, and things need to change. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. As always, please subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat, all in the description down below. If you want to keep up to date on other social medias, please do feel free to check them out. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Peace out.